Fucking show?
I'm ready to do a fucking show. Are you ready to do a fucking show?
Let's
I'm
do a
ready.
fucking show.
Let's do a fucking show.
Fuck, motherfuck, noise, smoking weed, doing coke.
Cult, form of religious veneration, a system of religious beliefs and ritual. Also, it's a body of adherence. A great devotion to a person, idea, object, movement, or work. Such devotion regarded as literary or intellectual. A usually small group of people characterized by such devotion.
Alright.
Round 3. Fight!
We're back, bitches.
What's up, bitches?
Still not saying it.
Still not saying it.
No.
Still not feeling it.
No.
All right.
That makes me sad.
All
I'm
right.
Sorry.
Introductions. To my right is my beautiful wife, as always, Jamie.
Me.
Or on the new posters, you'll see her as Batgirl because our name is hideous and doesn't fit.
My name will fit. A
We made-
nickname out of necessity.
Yes, I was doing the visuals that you guys are seeing to pop up to kind of change the branding and stuff, and I tried to put Jamie Shear in there, and it was just not conducive to...
Wasn't happening.
No. So I use nicknames where possible. Hobbs worked a little better than Goatfucker, and he's right across the way from me.
Nice.
Hi. I don't like goat fucker, by the way.
You started it.
I did, but it was only so you guys would not make fun of me, and then the man to the right caught on, and the game was over.
Well, you shouldn't have fucked a goat. That's kind of how this shouldn't have started.
Hey, I fucked sheep, so what's the difference?
And the sheep fucker to my left would be, you guys know him as Tim Ramsey, but it's Beefy the Trucker.
That's me.
That's him all day long.
Right.
He's
What's up, bitches?
Yeah, what's up, bitches? All right, and you guys know who I am, unfortunately. And we also have a little bit of a studio audience. Jay and Christy stopped by. Say hi really loud so the mics pick it up. Hey. There you go. And we have Barbie Green circling us like sharks, taking pictures, trying to be quiet, walking on my stupid plywood floor.
I think she actually bit me.
That's fine. She does that.
She's dangerous.
She is
I
dangerous.
like it.
So you got anything to say, Barbie? Holla at your crowd.
Jamie smells wonderful.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
You
nice.
got a little girl love going on
Thanks.
here.
I wondered why you were hovering.
Scissor.
Inappropriate 2 seconds in. That's got to be a new record.
I know. All right, take the background music down just a touch, Chris. Today's background music is Wolf Mother. It's a band that I love. They're from New Zealand or Australia. I don't know. I don't get into this shit.
New Zealand or Australia.
I love your
One of
facts.
those countries.
One of somewhere in there. It's like with it's like with and Beefy's phone's going off. He gets a lot of leeway. This is his first show. It's like with U2 and a lot of those. You like their music, but then they open their fucking mouth. Let me tell you the douchiest story I ever heard. Pearl Jam. They were doing Storytellers on VH1. And I was like, sweet, because, you know, we all grew up with Pearl Jam and stuff like that. And so he gets up there and he goes, this song I wrote about a very emotional experience, but I think it fits the country now with George W. Bush in charge. And then he went on to sing Better Man.
Oh, wow.
I literally got douchebag pimples popping up and just like chills because how fucking bad is that?
That's
She loves you and he's got to sign some bill. That ain't even the fucking song, dude. And YouTube, feed the Africans, feed the children, feed the this. Bono, that pinky ring you have on will sustain a country for a year. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
But he's not selling that pinky ring.
Oh, God, no. God, no.
That pinky ring is worth more than probably those small countries he could feed.
Absolutely. Well, what's catching on in America this week is it's not Ebola. It's just the worst part about Ebola is hearing it constantly. Because, and I know there's stupid memes on the internet, but think about it. And they put stuff into such perspective. Taylor Swift has dated more people that has been affected with Ebola in America. Kim Kardashian has been married to more people. I, myself, have been married to more people.
That is fact.
Yes. Your wife number...
4.
Thank you. I have a hard time keeping track. It took me a little while to figure my shit out. But fourth time's the charm.
Yes, it is.
Yes. She's
Wow.
looking at me.
That
We've always said that we are going to be in this for the rest of our life, whether it may be a suicide murder. But we are going to be in this for
I'm on
the
the
rest of our
fence. I'll be honest. It could be.
life. Yeah. Yeah. There's days. There's days.
Looking at the face she just gave you, we all know who the suicide victim is going to be.
Yes. She's going to shoot me in my fucking sleep.
I'm tempted to do that when you snore anyway.
It is. It's horrible. We do that douchey old people thing. We hardly ever sleep together
We
anymore.
don't. Ever.
It just becomes so complex of we love each other. We are gonna die together, but we cannot sleep in the same fucking
We
bed.
cannot.
I love you so much I can't share a room with you.
A queen.
That's pretty much
queen
it.
size bed feels like a postage stamp when you're sleeping next to somebody that is used to sleeping by themselves.
I starfish out.
That would be me.
Yeah.
By myself, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to sleep with someone, it's a pain in the hump.
Yes, and like I was a trucker for 10 years. You just get so used to your life
Being by yourself.
By yourself.
Yep.
And so we already do that old douchey thing. I have a feeling we're gonna live in 2 separate houses by the time this is over.
Probably.
Because the wonderful Abe Lincoln Studios here is getting ready to get a makeover this week. And I bet you when I get heat in a bed out here, we're just gonna live in 2 separate houses.
I was going to say, you're already in process of building that second house.
Yes,
So.
yes, he is.
As from what I hear to begin with, you're not home all that much anyway, except you're 130 feet away.
Yes,
Yes.
I stay. This is my schedule because this show is just entrepreneurial too. Because Hobbs and I are trying to turn this into a business. You know, we're trying to make some money. We're trying to get this because we don't want to work anymore. We're fucking done with that.
I'm tired of having real jobs. I know you're tired of having real jobs. All your shit's paid for. I don't have any shit to pay for. So
That's right. So
let us both make a little bit of money so he can retire and I can finally have a little piece of this.
Absolutely, because it's just I'm done. Like I'm a waiter right now, and that'll be my last job because that's just how it's gonna have to be. Because I can't fucking deal with people anymore.
See, that's not my problem. I like dealing with people. It's just when people outrank me and I have to deal with them, then I have a problem. So
That's the only reason I strove to be a manager at work, not because I want to lead people, because that just minimizes the people that can tell me what the fuck to do.
exactly. I don't like being yelled at, so being the boss would be a nice perk, but
Yes.
being my own boss would be a better perk because then I don't have to yell at anybody else either.
My boss comes up to me and goes, "Ryan, can you?" I'm like, "Do I have to?" "Oh, yeah, that's what I get this extra penny an hour for."
They kick in that dime for a reason, you know.
Yes, absolutely.
It's the dime of leadership.
Hey, can you move your phone? I'm getting the noise of the vibration through my mouth. No, you're cool, man.
It was awesome earlier because his ringtone is, "Hey, where the white women at?"
I know, it was awesome. See, we're getting a new table too. Let me tell you about this. Is plywood nailed to a table, nailed to some boards.
Hey, it works, man. It works. It's all
Literally, if a fly lands on the table, it picks up in every microphone.
Yeah.
So it's just we're getting the table we're building in.
I was
studio.
getting freaked out a minute ago. Your dog was in here licking my legs, and under the table I couldn't see him.
There's
I
a
was
jar
like,
of
"Hey, wait a
peanut
minute."
butter behind you that I use. If you would just, as long as you can stay focused on the show, I'm saying,
No, we're
I'm
good.
saying,
I'm focused.
yeah, it's
Oh,
whatever
is that
you need
what
to
happened?
do.
Well, Chris was out of his chair for a minute. I thought maybe.
My leg
Chris
is-
was under there
my
licking
leg
peanut
is
butter
not a
I thought
goat,
he went
you
to
know.
the restroom. Apparently, he was under the table licking peanut butter.
off of Beefy.
Oh, in the mood for some beefy, were you?
Well, hey, I've been to a strip club before. I had, it's
I don't know if you've ever dipped beef jerky in peanut butter. It is not a taste treat.
it's tender.
The fact that you know that is wrong.
I know a lot of shit. That's
Hey Barbie,
really
can you
wrong.
shut that door, please, while you're over there? My dog's being an asshole.
He's chasing a cat, man.
Whatever he's doing, let him chase him in the road.
I love that cat.
Oh, well, yes, she doesn't care. She has a cat. I have 2 dogs, and we go round and round about both of them because
Yes.
it's like Garfield.
How can you not like Lasshole?
The name implies why I cannot like Lasshole.
This dog, her sister calls us, and hopefully she never hears this, but her sister calls us and goes, "We need a home for this dog," and it's half corgi, half what is Aussie?
Aussie.
Shepherd. So I'm thinking this dog ain't going to be very big, and it's going to be great. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Barbie. It's not going to be great.
distracted by
I
Barbie.
know.
Well, she's laying over there with her legs spread.
What's happening, Barbie? Okay,
Oh,
well,
okay. Well,
nice.
Where's my? I got to take a picture of
I
Barbie
know, I'm
taking a
sitting
Wait,
picture.
do I
We
need
need
to
to
unzip
take a
my
picture.
pants
Hold
and pull
on,
stuff out while you're
hold
under the
on
table?
while I just hold on while I shut the
Wow.
show down to do this. Okay. All right, I
Wow.
got it now.
Okay, we're good. Nice.
Thank you, Barbie. We needed a moment.
Who gives a shit about my dog? I got some chick spread eagle in my floor. So let's all just shut down and focus on that.
Do we get a happy ending?
Okay. Oh, my.
She's a photographer, not a masseuse.
Oh,
Yeah, there's no happy
I didn't
endings in
bring
a
no
photo
cash.
shoot.
Anyway. I didn't bring no cash. So
She said it was on the cult. How
You take debit card? All right.
about
We're
food
good.
stamps? Do we take those? Okay. Well, she ain't picky. But anyway, this dog was supposed to be smaller, but we get it, and it's like a corgi on stilts. It chews everything. It rolls in cow shit. It eats anything that's possible. It thinks I'm its best friend in the world. She literally will lay on my face if I don't pay attention to her. She will just lay across my face.
I do the same thing, to be fair.
She does.
When I
It's
was
more
a-
enjoyable.
Who's better, her or the dog?
Her. It's a lot less
I'm
hairy.
sorry.
The
I'm
dog is
sorry.
also a her, right?
That look I just got, I'm dead.
Okay.
Chris, can you escort me to my truck?
We're not making
Yes.
it out of
Yeah.
here
All
alive,
right.
partner. I'm scared of her.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's not going to be great. All right, Ebola, I think, is where we started off. We're trying to rein in our ADD. I don't think. I'm even back on my medicine, and it ain't gonna.
No, this show is ADD.
This show is the ADD Network
Oh,
on the
shiny.
Cult Radio Network. Boom, boom, boom.
That was Ryan's sexy voice.
That was my sexy voice. But anyway, what's catching on is Ebola. This nurse gets quarantined for 21 days and basically says, fuck you, government. I'm going to go do my own shit. She had been in Africa serving doctors without borders, and she had come back to the U.S., and the government wanted to place a 21-day hold on her. Now, what's happening, and it kind of is weird like the marijuana laws, the federal regulations are different than the state-by-state regulations, and she's in Maine. Maine says you have to stay quarantined for 21 days. She goes, I have not tested positive for any virus. I'm asymptomatic. I don't need to be quarantined. So she's just going on about her life because basically she said, states, you're stupid because this is just a scare. And the federal government is actually backing her on this. Scientists are actually backing her on this. But you remember when the Boston bomber happened and they shut down Boston? It seems like any time that stupid people get afraid, that we just get shut up in our houses.
Paranoia is a scary drug. I don't care who you are. So when a massive group of people gets paranoid, it gets pretty hard to contain the stupid after a while.
How long did it take me to let everyone know in Lebanon that we had Ebola?
Oh,
Less than 12 hours?
Yeah,
less than half
about
a day.
that.
A click of a button.
I thought it was real at first when I said it.
Yeah.
I looked at it, I read it, I'm like, holy hell, I really thought you got arrested.
Yeah, no.
He did, actually, just not for that.
I just had a debate on my personal profile with this girl. I'm like, look, that was all a hoax. I even said it on the show last week. It was all, and she's like, nuh-uh, you really got arrested, didn't you? You just tried. No. I literally set where Hobbs is sitting now and created an Ebola scare in a town. And
Did a
then
good job. It looked real.
I did.
You did a good job.
I really thought it was the daily record. Yeah.
Yeah. I got, when I posted that, I posted it overnight. Or I was about 6:30 in the morning, which the paper's not even released until the afternoon. I wasn't going to be that whatever. Because internet stuff takes a couple hours to kind of get around or whatever. So I just tagged some people in it and said, hey, get this out there. I woke up to like 30 messages asking me, my mother included, asking me why I'd been arrested.
Your mother should know.
And then I got all sorts of advice about I shouldn't have said anything. They had no right to arrest me. I should have called a lawyer. I should sue the Lebanon Police Department. I should whatever. And you know what? My main goal was I was going to try to get everyone locked in their house at Lebanon just to see if I could.
So how many of those people giving you legal advice were actually criminals?
99% because they had known through their own legal
Yeah,
proceedings.
they
what
know
to do.
the law. Yeah, that's what I was expecting, was you to get a lot of legal advice from people who probably needed it.
Let me tell you how good lawyers are, and this is why I love them. I love lawyers. I got into a little scrape a few years back where I actually did get arrested for $25. It was, I got into a wreck, I didn't have license insurance, blah, 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 gave someone money to go pay my bill while I was gone, they didn't pay it. 3 years later, I'm in Kansas City going through a way station, they tell me I got warrants, but it's too far out of the zone. I come and I turn myself in. So then the probation people said, not a problem, we're not going to violate any probation, do anything like that, because it was a no insurance ticket. So I show up to court, and they want to violate probation on the spot and send me to jail for 10 days. So I got into it with the local judge. He granted me a continuance. I went and hired a lawyer. I met with my lawyer once the morning before my trial date. I walk up there, and the lawyer says the exact same verbatim shit I said without a lawyer and $3,000 sooner, and that judge goes, dismissed.
It's all a matter of trust. They don't trust the criminals, but they'll trust the criminals taking your money.
Oh, absolutely. And I paid $3,000 for some douchebag to show up and say the same thing, just with an education.
And that legal degree means tons to judges, attorneys. Beefy over here. It means a ton to other people.
Excuse me?
Beefy and ton in the same sentence.
Hey,
You
I just got a ticket last Monday. $2,500 in the state of Arizona.
For?
Being overweight, overgross on the load.
I can't go to Arizona.
4,720 pounds over gross. $2,500 ticket. Cost me $1,000 to get a lawyer to fight it.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
yeah.
And they're working on it, yeah.
You're going to pay that $2,500 one way or another. It's just who you pay it to. The legal system, someone gets rich down the line. You always just follow the money. That's all you do, just follow the money.
Did they follow you because you were coming out of Mexico via Colombia, or?
No, I had a load of eggs on going to California. Just a dumbass move. I didn't weigh it, and like I was supposed to. Just trying to be an outlaw, got caught.
Pesky rules.
Yeah.
Trying to be.
Brian will tell you there's so many rules in trucking DOT.
Oh,
it ain't
my
worth
God.
it, man.
All right, we're going to start doing, like I said, we're going to start trying to structure the show a little bit. All right, we're going to start trying to structure the show a little bit, and we like mashups on this show. So I figure we're going to do a mashup of the day for a while, and we're talking about criminals and criminalities. So we're going to play this little tune for you, and we'll be back right after it's over.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
Oh yeah, let's take a trip. Just sit back and light a split with this and don't slip on a funky dope track. Jump back, strapped with a fat Buddha sack and a 7/8 black, don't clean. Gangsta lean, I got green, but I serve dubs like it ain't no thing. I hang with OG players, don't set trip or you might get what we call a rat pack. I don't slack when it comes to street. I kick real G-funk to a gangsta beat. It's so sweet when you got money to spend. I got a proper big tilt and a fly big bands. I make ends, spend my dough on no roll. That's how it is and that's how it goes. Act like you know when I creep real slow, giving love to them players that I know is real G.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Dump on fools with a quickness, and they got no cure for this sickness. I get paid for the way that I kick this, like a G-star, an OG star. A real player named Easy, and I live my life straight crazy. Don't need no punk fools paying me, and broke groupies and hoochies don't faze me. I take 2 steps back and release myself to put platinum and gold on a record shelf. I don't brag, but I tell it like it's straight up is. Before you do a record, partner, handle your business, and don't get caught slipping on the under, or you might wonder what's up on them ears, G. I call a spade and get paid. G showed the way, so I give love to him.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
Why must I taste the cat and be a dog, a straight up hog? I lead frog to the sound of a gangster beat, so I can hear my record bumping on the Compton street. That OGPIMP and low G and low hip hop thugs are so quick to rush us straight to the dirt. Fool, I do work Nobody move, nobody get hurt. That's how it is when it comes to me. Cause I'm the short but wicked, player named Easy. Women can't play me, some say I'm crazy, but I don't think so. Call me pure loco. I get so damn about a scandalous trick. Let me hit it one time. The trick that's it, but don't trip. Gives my dough to no foe. That's how it is, I got no love for you.
When I was just a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. When I hear that whistle blowing, I hang my head and cry.
If you got love for them gangsters, let me hear you one time if you're down for the crime. If you got love for them hustlers, let me hear you say ho if you make it straight toe. If you got love for them players, let me hear you say ooh, ladies, we want you. If you got love for them straight G's and you wanna be there, just scream.
30 seconds, Hobbs. All right. That's enough of that.
Wow. That
I'm
was
over
awesome.
here. I'm over here flashing to Hobbs that the song's got 30 seconds left to bring everything back up and to do his engineering shit that he's doing over there. And he's like, "What?
It
What?"
looks like he's doing gang signs from kids with Down syndrome.
Yeah,
over there.
that's where I learned that. One time I was in Kansas City, and this kid was flashing me gang signs, and I just wanted to fit in, so I start flashing him back, and his mom starts hitting me in the face. Apparently had some sort of palsy and shit.
Exactly. That's what I thought you were doing over there, like you were having a little mini stroke.
I am not having a mini. I would not have a mini stroke in front of everyone.
I actually
Is
knew
that a
what he
private moment?
was
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah, she was. That's why me and her have this non-verbal.
Shorthand.
Yeah, and we're just like.
It's a nonverbal shorthand.
She's fluent in.
Yes.
Yeah, she's fluent.
I have to
in-
be.
Yeah, look at me. She has to be.
We could actually have a whole conversation just looking at each other. You know, we kind of.
Because that's what love is.
No, it's just we're the same kind of person.
Well, I thought I was, but I didn't get the. No, my God, no, I can love on the clock.
You must not have been in love.
This is
Dog life.
This is honestly how I talk to bill collectors because she's heard me do it.
Yes, he does.
They'll call and I'll be like, "Hi, my name's Mighty. Daddy's not here right now. Can I tell him that?"
He does.
And they can't. They know. They've got to know somewhere that I'm just fucking with them because they're trying not to laugh.
But they can't be sure.
But they're not sure, so they have to deal with me like I'm a real fucking human being.
They do.
And it is so funny because I'm like, "My daddy touches me with bananas," and they're like, and they're trying not to laugh. There's literally just like, "Oh my God," But no, I keep doing it. It doesn't matter. Anytime someone calls, I don't recognize the number. Mikey answers the phone.
This call
I love
is being
Mikey.
recorded for quality assurance purposes.
We hope.
Yes,
We
and
hope.
you know, bitches are listening to that stuff.
Oh,
They're
they're
like-
taking that to their manager as soon as it's over, going, check this shit out.
They're
You
like,
guys
okay,
gotta hear this.
if it's Mikey, hang up. Just hang up if it's Mikey.
She doesn't like it when Mikey sex talks, though.
You know, it's different. It's different in the
Mr.
bedroom.
Tio, you only owe $10.
Hi, baby. Do you want to know I'm going to use the extra slobber for?
Now I don't.
And now the bananas come into play.
I do you, and you can do me.
I'm doing nothing while you're talking like that.
Except drying up like the desert.
That seems to be a little bit of a mood killer.
It does. It does. Oh, this is just as wet as my face.
Wow.
Make me hono.
Yeah, smell my finger.
No thanks.
Smells like mommy.
Oh, no.
That's nasty.
Now apologize to your mother.
Never. Never. She made me this way. She gets no apologies. She has to
Oh, my
deal with this shit like
gosh.
the rest of you do.
Horrible. Horrible.
All right, Tim. Tim and me had some conversations in private, and Tim has drove a truck for how long, sir?
Almost 20 years now.
Almost 20 years. He's made a career out of it, and he's one of those. He takes his career seriously.
Yep.
This is what he loves to do.
I own my own truck and trailer.
Yes, and when I drove, I was just a company whore. I didn't care to own or be invested in that lifestyle. Every day was just one way closer to getting out of it. So you have kind of two sides of it here. But Tim had quite a bit of debauchery going on when in his earlier years of trucking.
Yep.
And he's agreed to be very open and honest about some of the things he went on the road and went through on the road. And one of those that's always fascinated me, because out of all the horse shit that I've done in my life, I've never gotten a hooker. Ever paid for sex. I mean, up front. We all pay for it. We all pay for it one way or another. But up front. When was the first time you decided to just go after one and get one? Like, what was that process in your brain to switch from, fuck it, instead of I'm just going to jerk off, I'm going to actually go pay someone to deal with my dick?
Well, they just...
That's lovely phrasing.
I was in a town, Jackson, Georgia, Flying J. I'm sure you've probably been there.
Yes.
It's in the back row.
Shout out to Jackson.
Half black, half Asian girl came in there. Of course, her ass was hanging out the bottom of her shorts and said, "Hey, you want to have some fun?" I said, "Get in the truck." That was the first of it.
Like Tigress Woods.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, $40 later, $40, and 20 minutes later, I was smoking a cigarette. I was happy.
Like, what's the process? You got to pay her before she touches you?
Yeah. They, you know, a lot of times they'll yell on the radio.
Yeah.
You know, you just, you know, they'll say, you know, they'll describe themselves. And they don't say no prices because you can still get arrested for that. You know, they'll come to you and ask what color your house is. You know, like, you know, you tell them the color of your truck. They come to your house, beat on the door. You know, you look at them, check them. They look skanky, nasty. You send them on the way. Some of them look good. If they look too good, they're a cop.
Yes. You have all your teeth? Nope.
I was going to ask when that question arises. Are you a cop?
Well, it's like I was telling Barbie last night on the phone. Me and her were talking, and I was talking about she was saying she wanted to go to the bunny ranch. She thought that would be fun. And I told her I'd experienced that too. And $1,700 later, it wasn't that fun as I thought because it cost too much.
The 1,700 is just about the same as the 40.
Yes, I could have took care of it myself for free.
Oh, it's just they think because some of that pussy is famous or it's under a certain house or it's had so much plastic surgery
Exactly.
that it's worth that much more money.
Well, it's porn star pussy. She was on a movie. You know, I got the movie picture, signature. I thought it was cool. Once in a lifetime thing.
VIP package.
Exactly.
So you were paying for the Cinemax logo she had shaved into her fur.
Pretty much, yeah.
Understood.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, shower, shave. You know, they wash you, wax you, and all that good shit. Had fun. Yeah.
It sounds like, you know, not to offend, it sounds like it would be a fun type of experience.
Chime, Jamie, chime.
I'm in. Let's go. That's fine. Here we go. Is there a couples package?
That I don't know. I was single. I didn't.
Oh, Barbie's saying there
Barbie's
is.
Barbie's saying there
Right
is.
on. Thank you,
But me
Barbie.
and her's going on a date Saturday, so we could. You want to go to Reno? We'll check it out. Yeah, we'll check
Nice.
it out. Yeah.
Hey.
Nice. Hey.
Yeah. I'll
That
take
sounds
it. That'll
like
be a good first date, huh? Go to
Yeah,
the bunny
shit.
ranch. Yeah.
I hear a phone ringing.
Oh, that was just a sound effect.
Oh,
Wait.
what?
Let
Okay.
me know next time.
I was like, well, it's okay.
All right, you were saying, Beef?
But no, it's fun. You know, it's cool when you're single. You know, a lot of people look down on you, girls mostly. You know, like, oh my God, you're with hookers. You're gross. It's like, you know, Ontario, California. One night, it's parked in the back row, the very back row of the truck stop. Excuse me, they call it Party Row, and it's back where the motels are. There's an opening in the fence, and the hoe bus shows up.
The
and
hoe
there's
bus.
the hoe bus.
The hoe
yes.
bus. I've seen these, yes.
Yes, it drops the girls off, man. There's like 50 of them. You got all different colors, sizes, you know, Asian, black, what you want, they come.
The Walmart of hookers.
Yes, it's
A
they
hoe
walk
bus.
by and you just like pick which one you want and you honk the horn. here they come.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah. Those were the good days, you know, it's all whacked out on everything else, you know. Of course, you know, you hear stories. Crazy drivers whacked them. Yeah, I was.
Tell the casino story, because holy crap, that is just that.
Well, the
that blew
casino
my
story,
mind.
yeah, one night I was whacked out on speed. You know, we're flying down the road, stopped at the casino. I was running with like 3 other drivers, friends of mine. And we stopped at Route 66 casino there outside Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I don't remember this, but we walked all the way up from the parking lot and it was closed. And I guess they closed for 2-3 hours for cleaning throughout the night. And hell, I'm over there karate kicking the door, trying to break in, almost got arrested.
Wow.
Don't even remember none of it. Yep. The good old days, man.
I never got into that. I mean, I've seen some cracked out people while I was out there, but I've never taken. I snorted a little bit of cocaine when I was 18 or 19, and I am just not made for uppers. If any of you have seen me, just normal. If I take an upper, it's like launching a fucking rocket. So I don't have any experience.
I've done shit I don't even remember, man. I've done coke, Shit, pick up a girls. One time I had like 12 hookers in the truck. You know, we're all smoking crack rock, fresh out the pipe. Yeah.
How did you fit 12 hookers in your truck?
It can be done.
I had a big kid. I had a big
Okay.
truck then. Yeah, it had big,
Sorry, that was my question.
yeah, it was a big bunk truck. There was a lot
Okay.
of women in there. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, just
So you had your own hoe bus.
pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, not nice. That's
How many
horrible.
times did you have to honk the horn to get all 12 of them?
Not shit. You get 2 of them show up, and the next you know, they'd see it was a safe house. Boy, they just all start showing up.
A safe house.
Yeah,
Yes.
cops cruise the parking lots looking for them.
Oh yeah, I was in Memphis down there on 78 where the 2 pilots sat together in the
Yep.
horseshoe, right?
In the horseshoe.
In the
Yep,
horseshoe.
Exactly.
Back-
I know
yeah,
exactly
you know
where's
exactly
that.
where
Yep.
And they're like rats. They're crawling in and out from under trucks. And what he was talking about the hoe bus is they got to really enforcing you can only have trucks on there. So you would see Penske rented semi that would drive around the parking lot just dropping hookers off. Because the horseshoe was aptly named. You'd come in the front, you'd come out and go in the back.
It was
And-
mostly black guys that dropped them off. 'Cause
Yes,
they were pimping
yeah.
them.
Yeah, they were pimped. I had a guy get shot in front of my truck there one night. I went in to take a shower, and I come out, and there's all sorts of cops and all sorts of everything out there, and there's blood all like hanging off my truck. And I guess 2 pimps got into it, and one of them shot the other one right in the head while I was out in the shower. I had to wait like 4 hours to get back in my truck.
Yep,
This-
that's normal.
This sounds like modern day pirate stuff. To know that
Pretty
you're out
much it
there.
is. Being a truck driver is being an outlaw. You just,
Yeah.
It's like an outlaw cowboy. You just trade your truck in, your horse in for a truck.
Yeah, because it sounds kind of douchey, but you do. You go to bed one place, you wake up early that morning, you go to bed at night in a completely different place.
Yep.
It's and I
1,000
never
miles a night, man.
and I never run outlaw like you do or did, and yeah, you guys will put down 1,000, 1,300, 1,400 miles in a day. Now, the most I ever did was like 750, but yeah, you'll start out in California, and you'll go to bed in the outskirts of Texas.
Yep.
And you'll cover all that distance in one night. When I was driving, and the Dakotas aren't any better. I used to have this dedicated, and I would go from Chicago to Washington, Seattle, and then from Seattle I would go to Compton, and then from Compton I would come back to Dallas, and then from Dallas I'd go back up to Chicago and take my home time on that leg from Dallas to Chicago. And literally, you would set out and you would go, and if you go across those barren states, you'll go 300, 400, 500 miles, not see another truck stop, not see anything. And if you get caught in between those two, you just see trucks sleeping on the side of the road, on off ramps, in people's yards. I mean, seriously, you just have to nestle in someplace and find it.
Now, I hear about this lifestyle. I drove a box truck in state for a while. It was all day runs. And to hear you guys tell your pirate stories makes me sound like a faggy cruise ship director. When I stopped in this box truck at a truck stop, and I once saw a hooker, and I'm like, oh my God, that was the way it was.
Yeah, the truck stops, when you drive by, everything looks calm on the surface, how it looks, but when you're in the back, it's a complete different story.
And the bigger the truck stop, the worse the back.
Exactly.
If you go Petros and TAs and some Flying J's, not much, too many now, they would be massive, massive parking. I'm talking hundreds of acres. And you get into that back row, it was just, I was always an observer. I didn't partake. But you could sit there and you could turn your radio on and you could open your flaps in the back.
Listen to it all night,
and
man.
just listen to it all night, and drama goes on. People are looking to beat each other. People are, I mean, it's kind of.
Hell, even homos, man, were selling their shit on the radio.
Yeah. That's why all the, in trucker lingo, all of the rest areas, that you pull over, you pee, grab a candy bar, and go, we call them pickle parks.
You have a pickle park can.
Yes.
Yeah, that was funny.
Sorry, but yeah, pickle parks. We call them pickle parks, and the reason being is that's where not just truckers, but that's where a lot of gay married guys go to hook up.
Yeah, they want to suck trucker cock, so they
Yeah.
pull up. You'll be sitting there in your truck with your parking lights on, doing your paperwork, getting ready to take a nap for about 2-3 hours. Dude to get out of his car, he'll come walking up all nonchalant, click, click, click on the door, roll the window out. What do you want, man? Hey, you want to have some fun? No, I'm good, thanks.
And they don't even charge you. They just want to suck a dick. They
Do it for
don't.
free,
It's
yep.
it's not even a whore thing. It's these married dudes are sitting at home going, huh? I can stay here with my wife and kids and play Monopoly, or I can go suck strange trucker cock. And they pick the latter of the two.
Yeah.
What is the thought process that goes through your head then? I mean, none of us have that experience, I'm sure, so you really can't relate.
It's like prison being a truck driver.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I was just gonna.
Yeah.
I was
You
in my
got
mind
drugs,
trying to
you
work
got
that in.
sex. It don't matter, woman, man, sex, animal sex. I've seen them fucking goddamn goats. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
And Chris has
And
to
he
laugh.
looked dead at me.
Yeah,
when he
I looked
said
at
that.
Chris. Yes.
You're always suspect of a woman that has a big dog in her truck too.
Yeah.
You always have to wonder about that. Is it for protection or is it for
Robbery?
Yeah, it's you have to wonder.
Jar of peanut butter.
Yep. It gets lonely out there. It really does. Like you wear calluses on your dick. You really do. I mean, you get to the point, and what was really bad is the more you jerk off, the quicker you're going to come. So when you actually see look at Chris going, holy shit. Because when you actually touch something wet and moist and warm, it's just a shock to your system. So it's.
I'm honestly picturing one of the two of you out on the road while driving, CB cord wrapped around your neck, taking care of business, trying to drive with your
I
knees.
don't
don't choke myself.
No, not while I'm driving.
Do you have to pay extra for that?
Yeah. Usually when I go in to take a shower, I get depends on what kind of body soap I buy. If it's got a little extra moisture to it, rub one out, send it down the evidence down the drain. I'm good. Nobody knows.
That's why you always wear shoes in a public shower, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Yes.
Flip flops. If you don't, you get Egyptian toe rot and your toes are sticky. It's nasty.
You always keep a pair of flip flops just for showering. You don't test step on the floor. You don't whatever.
Nope.
Never ever.
That's good to know. Should I ever end up homeless showering at a truck stop?
You need to do that in
Hey,
our
you-
shower,
you
too,
should.
since he pees in it.
See, I get a lot of friends ask me that. They're like, "Hey, when you go and shower at truck stops, is it like high school where you all just line up and all
No,
naked?" Man, I'm like,
no,
no. At first, I tell them, yeah, and they're all weirded out.
Yeah,
but
I've done that too. I've told
Yeah.
them it's just this big housing, and there's guys with garden hoses, like the first part of Rambo, just spraying you down.
some of the showers in truck stops are actually better than some showers at the
Oh
people's
yeah.
homes. Yeah.
One of the popular chains redid all their showers, and if they got the pressure, I would just steal one of them and bring them home.
You ever shower at Little America?
Yes.
They got the big whirlpool tubs in there, so like a big 400-pound fat guy like me would get in it and feel like turkey floating in water.
Every time I hit Little America, I got a room with a jacuzzi and everything. And they weren't that expensive. You could get a huge jacuzzi room with all the movies you could watch, all the everything. They got great restaurants there. It's just this huge truck stop. And like $100 a night, you can get
not even that.
Yeah, not even that.
I think if you fill up full of fuel and they even give you a discount, I think maybe they're fancy rooms too, and you would get them for like $50 bucks.
Yeah, it's
kind of like casinos, they just anything to fill them.
Yeah.
Do they have a speed dial number for the hoe bus?
I don't know.
You're like dial 9
could be
for
like on a
black
road
chicks or
trip where
something.
you go and ask for weed, and they say, "Would you want a 12-year-old prostitute girl?" They can do that.
Yeah, because I never seen a lot of hookers hanging out there. I never did. Doesn't mean they weren't there. They were just better at it.
Or that Tim didn't bring 12 of them to the room.
Yes, that could be part of it too.
I can't handle one woman, and let alone 12 at once. So it's yeah.
Oh, look, we have a phone call. Someone must be psychic and calling the show and not understand and understanding we're recording right at this. But where's the fucking button? Enough of my jabber. Hello, are you there?
Sure I am.
Are you there?
Yeah, sure I am.
Oh, what are you up to, man?
Not much. I thought I'd call in and talk to y'all about the truck stops y'all been talking about.
Well, what's your name, sir?
Well, my mom and daddy always call me Fidget. Fidget Wood.
Fidget.
Yep, Fidget Wood.
Did you ever have any experiences at a truck stop with a hooker, Fidget?
Well, it's funny you say that, because my buddy was talking about the Pickle Park one night, and I said, Pickle Park? I love pickles. I do, and drinking. I would like to buy pickles. My grandma always made sweet pickles, but my favorites once I got older were the hot and sweet. And I told my brother if he had any hot and sweet pickles, I would definitely go to a Pickle Park. And he said, oh, buddy, you're going to get into some hot and sweet ones at the Pickle Park. So there I was going off to the Pickle Park, and there wasn't any pickles around, so I was kind of confused. But he introduced me to this little young lady. I don't even rightly remember her name. So there we are, we're just talking along, and he disappeared. He crawled up in this. He said it was his buddy. I don't know. He crawled up in this truck, said he had some business to tend to. So I said, okay. So me and the missus, we went up and we went inside the truck stop, and we were going down this hallway. And she said, "Come with me, come with me." She was whispering, and she was moving really fast. So we ended up, and all of a sudden we're in the shower room there in the truck stop, and I was like, okay, what are we doing in here? And well, she started kissing me. So I thought, all right, I'm going with this, because it's been a while, the last girl I kissed. Well, maybe I shouldn't tell you this. It was my cousin. Anyway, we kept on, kissing there and making out, and I was, she took my hands and put them up there on her boobies, and I was a little nervous, and I was getting a little excited there in the pants, Is it okay to talk like this on this here show?
Yes, you.
Absolutely.
We're not controlled by the FCC. If you want to drop an F-bomb, you can go right ahead. If that's how you want to tell your story, Fidget.
Well, talking all right, then. Let's get silly. Well, I started feeling her up, my hands were all over this hot little pickle, and I started, my hands kind of went up her miniskirt there, and all of a sudden, oh, my sweet Jesus, she had a bigger pickle than I did. I just took my hands out from underneath the skirt, and I just went back to kissing her, because that was kind of nice,
What happened after that, Fidget?
Well, the brother came and got me, and, well, he had to take a shower first, he said, and know where he could go. I never got her number. I wasn't too keen on the pickle, but I had a nice time through the time we spent there in the shower room.
Well, wait, you said you touched your boobies. We want to hear about the boobies. Rule number 5 is tits here. We got to hear about that.
Well, they were rightfully nice. They seemed real.
They seemed real.
It was one of them Shahidans or them he-see kind of folk.
Did she have a vagina under her pickle?
I didn't get that far. I got really scared when.
Well, it's like on the fan page. What
was
it Christy was talking about? Did she have sausage nipples? That's what we want to know.
They were pretty tight and pretty tough. I probably could have chiseled some ice sculptures with them there suckers.
Oh my God!
Look like AK-47 bullets.
Oh, wow.
All right, Fidget.
More like 50 caliber.
All right, Fidget. We're going to get back to doing your show. You're welcome to call anytime, man. We enjoyed you.
All right, you all have a good night. Fuck off.
Oh, you fuck off, too, Fidget. Fuck off, Fidget. See you later. All right, that was Fidget, ladies and gentlemen.
Mom and Dad always call me Fidget.
I have a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more of Fidget.
Yeah, I don't think Fidget's going away anytime soon.
Nice.
Oh my God! All right, how about do we have any baseball fans? We watched the end of the World Series last night.
The only thing I know about baseball is the movie Major League. That's it. That's all I know. I'm a contact man. Football, ice hockey, stuff like that. Baseball, I'm out.
Rubbing up against pickles.
I did listen to the World Series last night because it was Game 7, but I was on the phone all night, so pretty much I just looked at the screen on the radio all night, watched the score. Yeah.
You didn't miss much.
I was just hoping Kansas City would win, so this way people would around here stop bitching, because I thought if the Royals won, it'd be the only time championship and Kansas City would be together.
Yes, since 1985 anyway.
And the Chiefs. I don't know last time they ever won anything back in Super Bowl III or something.
Yeah, they won a suicide in the parking lot, didn't they?
Something like that. Yeah, people, yeah.
That's not okay.
The player got shot or something, didn't he?
He
a couple
shot
years
himself.
ago.
Yeah, right out in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Jovan Belcher.
Yeah, he's like, Play
you,
for
Mr.
the
Hobbs.
Chiefs or eat a pullet.
Hey, I really can't talk shit when it comes to the Chiefs. I'm a Bears fan, so we just as shitty. So
yeah, guys. The best thing about Chicago is the Saturday Night Live skit. That's it.
Yeah.
The Bears.
Yeah.
We all know that.
Dying of a heart attack, hitting his chest. Yeah.
No, it was good. I think it was kind of a shot in the arm for baseball a tad. It was it's been a long time since we had a good World Series. And this one went to Game 7, went right down to the last out, to the last inning in Game 7. I'm a huge baseball fan. I know most of you guys aren't. But huge Cardinals fan, grew up listening to with here's how the Cardinals infiltrate this area, and their viewership is massive, like massive. Driving a truck, you can get Cardinals radio all the way into Chicago, and you can get it all the way out into almost Colorado, because it's how we were raised. I think everyone here sat around and listened to Cardinals games with their dad, with their grandpa, because we're old enough that we grew up when it was still cool to listen to them on the radio versus watching them with Joe Buck's shitty fucking commentary.
I would rather watch them on the radio or watch them on the TV and have the radio playing in the background than the audio track of any baseball announcer on TV.
When Mark McGuire hit 70 that year, that's what we did. But then we got satellite that year because on cable they match up. When you're on satellite, there's about 3 seconds of a delay.
Right.
So it's literally like I'd look at the TV and I'd look down. I'd look at the TV and I'd look down, trying to get some sort of thing to match up. And but I think baseball is such a radio sport. It just really is something. When I drove, I would get all into it because it's 162 games, 3 hours apiece. It's a lot of your time, to follow a team.
It is a lot of your time, and it's one of the slower moving sports. You could go 6 innings without anybody even getting a hit.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not something you want to sit there and stare at. It's like watching golf or paint dry or Beefy take his shirt off. It's an hour and a half of struggle.
Yes, it's an hour and a half of struggle that just ends in disappointment.
It just comes right off.
He's actually got it attached with Velcro.
It's the pants. It's the shorts. It's the yeah. I'm like a woman. I got to lay on my stomach. On my back, trying to
rolling back and forth.
Yeah.
We need to get video.
Then I
of
realize.
that,
Yeah. Then I realize I'm getting too fat, or they're just shrunk in the washer.
And you order another pizza.
Yeah. Popeyes. I eat a lot of Popeyes fried chicken. Me and Nick England was talking about this the other day. We added up the calorie count. I'm eating like 2,000 calories in one meal.
Yeah, you're supposed to do that in a day, dude.
I was going to say, is that bad?
When I drove, I was a much bigger person than I am now, and it's just a side effect. And I remember I tried the diet, and this is going to look so bad on me. So I did well for a couple weeks, but as bad as it makes me sound like a pussy, I just like to emotionally eat my fucking problems at times, like a lot of other people. So I was having a bad day. I'm sure I was going through some fucking divorce or breakup of my own making. And so for a couple weeks, I'd been eating like 1,300 calories a day, getting out, walking, and I was just having a shitty day. So I rolled into Flying J. I laid my 13 whatever it was down for a buffet, and I started eating. And I kept eating. And I literally had to go take a shit in the middle of my meal so I could. And I even told the lady, I'm like, don't move this. I'll be back as soon as I'm ready to reload.
The best part of that whole thing was Jamie and I giggled. Tim just nodded his head
nodded,
like,
yeah, we know. We know.
Shit before you go in and eat. Shit during or after.
Yes, absolutely.
See, my problem is with all my weight gain I've gained in the past 2-3 years. Mine's because I had an injury on my left leg, had some surgery, so I'm kind of like a gimp, walk around now. I'm lazy, it hurts all the time. But being on the road, I've always stayed, healthy, big, always, Nick would tell you, just I can chase somebody down in a heartbeat till I got in an accident and hurt myself. So that was the end of it. Now I'm a cripple, gimp. Wear the leather mask.
Bring out the gimp.
Yeah.
Halloween's coming up tomorrow. I'm sure you guys are going to listen to this, and it'll already be Halloween by the time I get it released. It's weird because we're not old enough to dress in slutty costumes yet, or young enough. So we're at that middle ground. Most of our kids are too old to go anymore, or we don't have them because of the whole environment we live in. So is anyone around the table going to do anything for Halloween tomorrow?
I got a beard from Walmart, the Duck Dynasty beard. Just going to wear that, I guess.
Put it on your scrotum.
Yeah, I just look normal wearing it. They just think I'm a local neighbor. Hey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I posted it in there. I seen a picture that somebody dressed their kid up as Joe Dirt. And I was looking at it, and I'm
Classic costume.
well, around here, I'm like, is that just a school picture? Or
Wow.
is this the kid's school picture? Because I would believe that shit just as easy as I would if it's a Halloween picture.
You accuse everybody, including myself, of having a mullet. I'll have you know I didn't have a mullet since 1983.
So
Didn't I win that mullet argument last time?
Oh, you did have one in
On
high
a
school.
technicality.
I remember it come down. It was almost shoulder. Like it was like the Alan Jackson mullet.
oh.
Hey, that shit was hot back then.
Might have been.
On Alan Jackson.
Yeah.
Nobody tell Chris.
I have a friend, and he had a mullet, and he had a very pretty mullet. It was like this poofy, mushroomy type thing, and with long hair down his back. And I'm like, dude, I love your mullet. You know, I was just in awe of how mullety this mullet was.
Mullety?
Mullety this mullet was. That's just the
Mullety.
only way I can describe it. And he finally realized what I was talking about, and 3 days later, he come in with a different haircut altogether.
I love your mullety mullet.
Was
You
it,
want- you
was it
talk-
Chris?
No, it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
Chris.
That would have been my rap
You want to
name
talk about
had
Jim
I
Daniels in
known.
his
Mullety
earlier
mullet.
years?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see. I'm going through my notes here. So we talked about the Ebola nurse. Halloween was a flop. No one's fucking doing shit.
Tell you what, I'll give you a Halloween topic. If you want to post this on the fan page, I'll wear whatever the most popular costume design they come up with. Man, woman, goat. If we can come up with a costume, I will wear it because I have zero shame.
Naked with a blow-up goat stuck on the front of you.
Wow.
With the
Winner,
exception of nudity.
winner, you don't.
No,
the
nudity-
blow-up goat will hide any nudity.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then,
Except
then I'm
your butt
good as
cheeks,
long
yeah.
as I'm not
We don't even have to
convicted of
post it.
a crime.
We don't have Beefy got it right there. Didn't you say you were going to bring?
I was
going to
bring one. I didn't have time to get it. And plus, Nick was supposed to be here today, so we were going to try to bring a live goat in for you.
Oh, my gosh.
Bitches.
That would have been great. It would just been over there. You know,
Wow.
That's what this show has come to.
in the studio,
Live
live
goats.
goat.
Live
Just,
goats in the studio.
over there eating hay. Yeah, it would have been great.
I can't have Chris distracted, man. He's got it. He's got to be on point for the sound. He's
And
our
I don't
sound
want to
guy.
hear. I couldn't help it. She was so pretty.
No, she was pretty.
I'm milking it. It's a male. I'm still milking it.
Ew.
Am I milking it or is it milking me?
Wow.
You remind me off the dude off of that movie, The Dictator, where he was out there with the goats and everything. That sure is a pretty goat.
Oh, that scene in Kingpin too,
Oh,
where he goes. That's such a classic scene where he goes. Oh yeah, where it's got that lady, but he goes. I milked your cow. It had a little problem
Yeah, milked your
starting.
bull.
Yeah, I
or
milked
cow,
your cow.
yeah.
It had a little problem starting, but when it went. And then he takes a big old drink, and they're like, "We
We
don't have a cow."
we got a bull.
Yeah, I'm gonna go brush my teeth.
Best dirty cum joke ever.
Yep.
So I think the Halloween topic is officially dead now.
I think when we get to where we went with that, it's pretty fucking dead. So let's go back to some of the trucking stuff. I think we can mine that for some more time.
What do we want to know about it?
You said that your whole family did it.
Yeah,
It was a family business.
family business. I'm third generation. Grandfather did it. Father did it. I do it. Now I got a 3-year-old little nephew. It's all about trucks and wants to do it. It's just a blood thing.
So how'd you get in your first truck? Was it a hand-me-down, or did you just go out and purchase?
No, I
or-
went out and bought my own. Yeah. Yeah, my dad at one time, he owned 6 of them and ran a hell of a business, and we just been doing it ever since.
Sounds like Truck Dynasty over here. You
Pre-
do need
pretty
it.
much.
Yeah, it's is it something?
Let me put it this way. I was 12 years old. I was driving a truck going to California with my dad in the passenger seat sleeping. Yes.
That's got to violate so many DOT
Yes.
regs in every single state.
Only if they're caught.
Yep. I wasn't, and the funny thing was the truck I drove, it was a 78 cab over. One of the square ones didn't have the big hoods on it. No power steering, no air conditioning. 12 years old, I couldn't turn the wheel sitting still, but once the truck got rolling, I can manhandle it. Yep.
That makes me feel safe. If you ever wonder why you almost get run off the interstate, that is why.
Nowadays, if you get run off the interstate, it's probably because either they're dumb or they're foreign.
Yeah, we had
Turbine heads and you name it.
Well, we had a guy die right up the road, literally like 2 miles from here. If you were coming in, it was dark, but you can see the burn marks and everything. The little road that we live on is just a 2-lane curvy ass road, but it is a truck route, and a lot of these guys come down here way in with their balls bigger than they should be.
I do that too.
Yeah.
I fly down 570, 75.
But how many times have you drove 5?
Shit, a bunch.
Yeah.
I drive it blindfolded.
This guy overcorrected, come out, ran into 3 trees, up into his truck, and just like burned to death on the spot. Like
Well,
2
see, I
miles
think
up
Nick
the
said
road.
something like that happened a couple weeks ago. Somebody ran his daughter off over on 32 highway.
Yeah. We going through Evergreen here, we get run off quite a bit.
Yep.
I almost got run off the road while on a conversation with you guys the other morning. I cannot remember the guy's name, but I was cussing up a storm. Was I talking to you?
Yeah, it's in our messages. I can dig it out.
Well, let's not. I was voice texting.
Yes.
Let's not
Yeah,
act like I was texting and driving.
We love
4 a.m.
voice text.
You had
We
your Bluetooth
absolutely-
headset on too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Because that's the only safe way to do things.
Hands
That's
free.
exactly
That's
right.
Safety first.
So, what's the worst thing you've ever seen, trucker accident-wise? Tell us about that story from you.
Well, myself, I've never been in a major truck wreck. Because I'm a natural driver. I've had a few screw-ups. I've seen trucks flipped upside down, trucks on fire. I've seen cars crushed. You name it, I've seen it.
The worst one I seen, I was in Atlanta, and the Falcons game was getting out, so all that traffic's just standing still and shitty. So this one truck rear-ended another one. I guess he come up on. That's what the only good thing I found radios are for. They'll tell you where the traffic stopped before anything else will. So I guess this guy was clipping along about 65, 70 and rear-ended another guy in a truck, rear-ended another semi. And there were parts of him laying on the road. Like, I come up on it I was like 3 trucks back. I heard the impact. I couldn't see it because it was a hill. But literally, like, his shoulder and his arm were laying next to the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll see him covered up with sheets.
Ew.
In several places, apparently.
I've seen the worst one I seen was in Idaho. I was coming out of Washington. It happened right in front of me, man. Some people on a motorcycle just flying down the interstate, but going both the directions, and just moved right over. Guy on a bike hit the guy, flipped over. Car ran him over. I seen it all. Seen him cover up with the sheet.
Oh,
You know, of
yeah.
course, freak of an asshole I am. I want to get out and take a selfie with the body on the ground.
Wow.
yeah, click, But yeah,
Post it directly to the fan page.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was bad.
Just pick up the severed hand and hold your balls with
Yeah.
it. And yeah.
It's you see stuff like that all the time. Death is driving trucks and accidents,
yeah.
man. It's always death. Like Texas got these big signs up, it's posting like how many. They've already got like 3,300 deaths already on the highways.
Oh, yeah.
Since the first of the year, it's bad.
Some of the worst. I was in Ohio, and they have those service plazas, and
Up on the toll roads.
Yeah, up on the toll roads, up on 80, and this group of teens. This didn't involve a truck, but this group of teens got in there and got all wasted on whatever they were on, and come out of it the wrong way.
Seen that a time or two.
Yeah, come out of it the wrong way because they're controlled access. You can't get back on any other road. They come out of it the wrong way and hit these people in a PT Cruiser, and they were hanging half out of the car. Yeah, it's a kind of like a war zone in a way because driving is dangerous. Don't get me wrong, but most people only drive to and from work, 30 minutes a day, whatever. When you're driving fucking 12, 13, 14, 16 hours a day, you see all sorts of I seen a car in a tree in St. Louis. Like, it looked like something out of Harry Potter where that car got stuck in the kite-eating tree from Charlie Brown. It was way the fuck up there.
I've seen that in accidents. Like, I was in Wyoming, snowing, roads icy. Everybody's doing 25, 30 mile an hour, especially in a semi-truck. We had chains on. Guy in his pickup, man, he was busting ass 80 mile an hour. Lost control, spun out, hit the guardrail, started seeing fly through the air. I seen a body fly. And then I seen that truck just rolled all the way down the mountainside. And that mountain drop-off wasn't just like 100-foot drop. It was like 2,000-3,000 feet on that side.
Go look up pretty Colorado scenery, and you'll see what the fuck we're talking about.
Yeah, you get up in the mountains, man. You're 10, 12,000 feet up on them passes. You stand off, pull off the side, walk over by the guardrail. You can spit and just watch it.
Yes,
disappear.
What is that when you're coming out of Missoula? to go into Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Independence Pass, I think it's called.
Yeah, but what's the number of the road? 190, whatever.
Interstate 90.
Not interstate. No, it's just fucking curvy ass shitty.
Oh, yeah. I've been on it. I can't think of the name of it, though.
The first time I went on there, you come out of Missoula, Montana, and it takes you to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And we had a truck depot there, and they wanted me to go that way. And you had to get a special permit to be on that road. And literally, it's some of the prettiest scenery I've ever seen. But once I got past the Montana line, it was snowpack.
Oh, yeah.
And I was empty, which means that it's just crazy. It took me, it's 80 miles, I think, something like that, 80, 90 miles.
Took you about 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah, about 5 hours. It took me to, and I kept having to stop. I was shaking. I was.
Palm sweaty.
Oh, my God, because you just know you're
down
just
there.
going to fucking die. Another time, they sent me from Salt Lake City to Pueblo, Colorado. And I was new, so I just flipped open my map and said I could go down this road. It never said I shouldn't go down this road. It just said I could. So I'm going through mountain passes. The snow is level with me in the truck. You go across bridges, and when they reflect, you can't see a bottom. You cannot see a fucking bottom.
Nope, it's like in the summertime on they got the reflector deals that sit up. They're, what are they, every bit of 6-7 foot tall? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And in the wintertime, the snow will be all the way up to where you just see the reflector. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy.
See, we could all watch videos on YouTube all day long. I personally get a kick out of seeing some of the trucker accidents that have, like, the Benny Hill theme song playing in the background, or Dukes of Hazzard. And I've seen one where a semi jumps over the overpass and, like, catches on fire. And
that was actually filmed by a friend of mine who actually seen that in Indiana. That was his dash cam that got it.
His dash cam got it.
Yep.
Who added in the Merle Haggard?
I don't know if you heard the original one. You can hear him and his buddy under going, "Holy shit, you see that?" And they're yelling on the CB radio. But yeah, I've seen where somebody's put music and all that in it.
Are we talking about the flying truck?
Yes. Yeah, where it flies, and then when it lands, you can see the flames where the tanks explode.
Oh yeah,
and,
it was horrible.
It was crazy.
But we can all watch that on YouTube. But you guys seeing it personally, it brings like a whole new reality to it because there's kind of an emotion tied to any sort of death, whether you know the person or whether you don't.
When I see an accident like that, of course, I'm all Mr. Safety for like the first 30 miles, and then after that, it's right back to 100 mile an hour.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, see you later. Get out of the way.
That's got to be a male brain thing because I've driven through like crushed cars and whatever, and it's like you get clear of it, and it kind of gives you a reality check. And then 30 miles down the road, you're texting, eating a burrito, jerking off.
You got 3 hands, man.
I was going to say, how many hands do you have?
You can make plenty when you're driving.
Yeah.
See, this sounds a lot more like Grand Theft Auto and a lot less like real life right now.
No, but this is real life. This is because when me and Tim sat down and talked about having him on the show, I didn't want to talk about the stupid laws and regulations and stuff. I wanted to talk
about the fun stuff.
Yeah, this is what life is like
hookers,
out there.
Bitches, crashes, death. Yeah.
I had a crackhead try to break in my truck one night. I always had a backpack with my laptop, my stuff in there that I would take in, and I remember I was sitting there, and I didn't even have a shirt on. I was just sitting there in some sweatpants eating some fat fucking food like the fat fuck I was. And all of a sudden, my door just flies open, and this crack-addled meth head reaches in there and tries to grab my backpack. Yep. So I jump up, and I wrap my arm around it, and I just start punching him in the face. Like, I just let loose. And the dude fell off and hit the truck behind me, and that driver come out, and that poor meth head, he was like all scurrying off like a rat under the truck.
I carry a gun with me everywhere I go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most truckers are packing.
Yep.
I've
robbed the hooker, rolled a hooker before.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Let's get this. Okay. I can't remember. I was in New Jersey. She come knocking. It was in the wee hours of the morning, and I had a buddy with me because at that time we were running team. I was teaching him how to drive. And she come up, she bang on the doors. Last minute, sun's starting to come up. We were going to be her last customers. I got her up in the truck. Yeah, come on up, baby. Got her up in there. I was like, I told her, I said, can you make change? All I had was a $100 bill. She whipped out just wad of fucking money. Man, it was just right there. That was the end of it. Just pulled the gun on her, got her, threw her out, kept her clothes, her purse, her shoes, her phone. Rolled the bitch. She ran across the park. What's she going to do? Call the cops saying I'm selling pussy? They robbed me. But she took off, and we count out them. It was every bit of price, $700.
Wow.
And then we sold the gun to a truck driver for like another $3. So, we made $1,000 easy that morning. Yeah.
Hey, you want to help fund a radio show?
I was gonna say,
It's easy to do, man. You can sell anything on the road, buy anything.
Beefy's
Especially-
tips
God,
on how to roll hookers.
Yes. I was in Memphis, the shoehorn, or the horseshoe once again. And this guy comes over and said, I've got a CB to sell. I've got all this shit, all this electronic
The best
stuff
place
that
to
goes.
buy anything is in the truck parking lots
Yes.
of casinos.
Yes.
That's the best. Motherfuckers go in there, blow their kids' tuition, their wife's money, everything. They come out, dude, they'll blow you for a sandwich and sell you everything they
Yes.
have for fucking,
Yes.
cheap, man.
Yes. I bought 4 or 5 CBs in the Rio's parking lot. I
Yes.
did. Because they would sell them to you $15-$20, and then you could roll them down.
They're selling $150 radios for,
And you can buy them $15-$20
$20
a piece, and you take them down the road. You take them to the next state, and you sell them for 3 times what you bought them for.
Yeah. See, like me and my brother, Raj, we used to run team. Oh, well, actually, my truck was broke down. I was getting transmission put in it, which cost me like $10,000 to have done. So I rode with him for the week. First place we did, man, right straight to the titty bar. And I blew every bit of probably like $1,600 in the titty bar. He blew like 4 or 5. We had $25 left at 3 o'clock in the morning when the titty bar closed, right? What do? We get out in the truck. He's like, is that all the money we got left? That's all we have. Man, I can't get no money. I'm like, I ain't got no more money. So what do? I take the last $25 I had. I gave a hooker to blow me. Yeah.
Did you roll her?
No.
No, not that one.
No, but that's exactly. I spent the last money. She blew me. Paid $25. My brother's like, how the hell are we going to eat? I'm like, we'll figure that out later.
She ate. She got a warm meal out of it.
Oh, no.
Protein shit.
Even though, like I tell people, everybody's like, you're a nasty motherfucker messing with hookers. Any guy will tell you, any guy's paid for sex one way or another. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Even women. Somehow. Oh, Chris is looking up like, I don't know what you're talking about.
No. I'm still paying for it. Trust me.
Okay, yeah.
That's what child support's for.
Exactly.
Yeah, but every man's paid for it. Girls like, you're nasty. This, it's not like we just fuck it raw and, 2 weeks later we got bumps and shit on. No, I use rubbers, protection. I never fucked any of the bitches. I just let them blow me, suck the nuts, shit like that. I'm good. And, I've made mistakes. Like I'd pull the rubber off, tie a knot in it, threw it in my brother's laundry basket. I thought it was the trash.
I don't think that's a mistake.
His wife found it. She was all yelling at us one night.
Oh, my
and
God.
I told her, I was like, just open it up and taste it. You'll know which brother it is.
Oh, my God.
I got to be honest. You make it sound so glamorous.
Yeah, it's for guys like me and him who are truck drivers for like 20 years. It's just for us, it's normal everyday stuff. Everyday people are like, it's nasty, it's gross, it's this, it's that. It's for us, it's normal.
to throw a used condom in your brother's laundry is normal.
Yeah,
No.
try to get them divorced. Yeah,
that's breathtaking.
I used to sell cigarettes and porn out of my truck. I would just go and hit all the cigarette shops in town because a pack of cigarettes at the time was $3, but you go into, if I knew I was going northeast, you get up to Maine, they're like $7-8 a pack.
Oh yeah.
So you could literally just stock your truck up with cigarettes and go up to Maine and go, I got Marlboros for $4 a pack.
I bought a pack of Marlboros that I smoke, New Jersey, about 3 weeks ago. $11.75 for a pack.
The highest I've ever paid, I was in Times Square in New York City. I was on vacation and went into a Dwayne Reed, bought 2 packs of Marlboro Lights, and it was $19.50.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's so you load your truck.
You
up,
can smoke crack for like $10 more.
Yeah. You can buy crack cheaper than you can buy cigarettes in
Is
New York
that not
City.
crossing state lines with?
Yes, it's illegal.
Contraband.
It's illegal.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's illegal.
Yes,
That's what
it's
they're talking
illegal,
about.
Chris.
Yes.
That's called
Yes.
bootlegging. You're,
Yeah.
you're,
That's
you're,
the word I'm looking
you're
for.
screwing the government out of their taxes and money.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Hold on. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Josh. Introduce yourself so I don't screw up your name.
Joshoa Mccracken.
You're not in the UFC yet. You're just. How would you define yourself?
On my way up.
He is on his way up.
Okay.
I've been.
Oh, yeah.
I've been checking this guy out because he's all about the show, so I'm becoming all about him. He's a very, very talented guy. I'm going to do my best not to piss him off because he can come here and kill all of us and just walk the fuck out.
Oh, no. No,
Please
no.
don't kill us.
No.
What's going on, man? We haven't got to talk yet.
Oh, not much, man. I just made it back. I'm over at my manager's house right now. Been working hard, man. That's all I ever do nowadays. I'm just
Yeah, I watch you. You're pretty inspiring. Me and you post a lot of the same, just get it done stuff. Because when this radio thing come up, granted it's not as violent as what you do, it's just a decision I made. I'm gonna make it doing this. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm gonna make it. And Josh has the same exact attitude about his career as well.
Well, I think everybody in the world has a goal or some kind of dream. And I think that everybody should be promoted to do their own little thing, because that's what makes the world go round for real. If they didn't have people pushing them or anybody saying supportive things like that, then one little word, you know what I mean, one little word can change somebody's outlook on something. So I try to put, I try to put a little bit of that in everything I do.
Oh, absolutely, because, there's some nights I set out in this dirt floor studio and question what the fuck I'm doing. But, and then I just kind of relax and go about it, because this is what I do. Comedy, entertainment, this is what I do. And you punch people very well, and that's what you do. And I keep joking it's punching people. I was in martial arts for a while. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of training.
It is a lot of work.
How many hours a week do you train?
I would say I train 6 days a week. I go through 4 different classes a day. As soon as I get off work, I go to a wrestling class for an hour. Then I got kickboxing directly after that for about an hour and a half, something like that. And then I got boxing with Dream Team Boxing, which is amazing. That coach is amazing. That is one of the best coaches I've had so far with my stand-up. Completely changed my whole game. And then I go right back to jiu-jitsu class for another hour and a half.
Man, that's I eat about all of those hours you're talking about, and I sit around and write shitty jokes. You win.
Yeah. You're completely awesome.
Your punches are stronger than our punchlines.
Yes.
I don't know about that. Comedy is always the best thing in life, to be able to smile and laugh, I think.
And we're the type, everyone, and I've noticed, the big thread between this cult, the show, or whatever, we all have gallows humor. We're all just a bunch of depressive motherfuckers. And to be able to have something that we can all grow and build together and call our own to combat that depression, and to something in your life that's positive, that's what I want this radio show and all of this to be. And you're a part of that, whether you realize it or not, because I watch what you do, and I see, and you're inspiring people, whether you realize it or not.
Well, I appreciate that. I never really set out to inspire a whole group of people or whatever. It just, something told me if I could touch one person, that'd be good enough. But I'll tell you the truth, man. Every day I'm stuck on the radio. I was on the cult page for a while till you took it down. That was my jam right there, man. Every day, whenever I got done training, I'd hit that up.
Let me
from other people.
Let me explain to you why I took that down and converted it. We were talking about it before the show. It was always supposed to be a positive place, a place for creative, and it's my house. I made the rules, I set the whatever, and people were constantly shitting in my floor. And I just got tired of it, and so I focused it on what I was trying to do. You've got to cut anchors, and you've got to do what's holding you back. You've got to you've got to cut that, and you've got to move forward. And sometimes you have to be selfish about it. You have to be selfish, because all the branding for the cult, the show, all of that stuff is mine. I've spent the hours making it. I spent the hours doing it. I'm not going to walk away and leave it. I'm not going to walk away and leave something unfinished. I would just rather get it off my plate and move on, and that's why I took it down.
Huh. That's a pretty good reason. I noticed it was starting to change for a while.
Yeah, it was nothing like I wanted it to do. But let's talk about you instead of our shitty cult thing here, since we got you on the phone. What fights have you got coming up? I noticed you were saying you got some that you're signing and coming up.
Yeah, my boxing coach is actually trying to get me to go into boxing, take a boxing match, because he said that I'm pretty good at boxing. So he's looking for a show in Mississippi, and that's coming up, I think, within the next month or so. I'm waiting on the rest of the information on that. And then after that, if that goes well, then he's talked to a lady for Canada in December 29th, and that'll be on Spike TV, actually. That'll be aired live.
Holy shit.
But for my MMA, yes, sir. My last 3 fights have been on live. It was live TV. The last 3 was Fox Sports 1. But my MMA one, I got one hopefully coming up. My fingers are crossed for Kingdom Promotions in Little Rock. It's one of the best promotions I've fought for. He's got one coming up. It's called the Valentine's Day Massacre. That's going to be on Valentine's Day. That'll also be streamed live. And then I got one coming December 9th in St. Louis, Missouri. And that one's going to be streamed live also. I hope I get on that card.
Anytime you get live fights, post them to the webpage so everybody can see where to find you at and watch what you do.
We don't have much stroke because we're still growing, but we'll promote the shit out of you.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, yes, sir. All promotions, good promotion.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yes, sir. I appreciate it, too.
Hey, no problem, because we'll get, because we have, we're popping at about 100 to 120 listeners for the show right now, which is a great from where we started.
That's pretty good.
You know, yeah. We started on top of a cattle tub with a piece of plywood and a $20 mixer board is where we started this shit. And now now we got phones, we can go live, we got microphones, we're building studios, it's something that we're growing, but dude, anything that you need from us, you just let us know and we'll promote the shit out of you.
Yeah, we'll pimp
because basically we're going to ride your coattails as far as you'll let us.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, I was going to try to message you about that. I'm going to promote a fight myself, and I was going to see if you will take care of the hotel and all the costs if you want to come down and stream live from the fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we?
that would be-
Absolutely.
Yes.
It'll be, I can shoot you all the information. Me and my manager's already talked about it. I chose you already. Like, it's hands down. If you was ready to go for it, you was top pick, so.
Josh, you are the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
I have a very non-homosexual heart on right now.
I want to ask one question.
He's
Can I
lying.
oil-
It's homosexual.
I want to ask one question. Can I oil up the ring girls? That's all I want to do.
That's Tim Ramsey.
Yeah, so they look shiny when they walk around holding the sign.
That's what job Tim wants. He wants to oil up the
Yes.
ring girls.
Did I hear you say you were fighting on Valentine's Day?
Yes, ma'am.
That is my birthday, so beat some ass for me, all right?
Oh, I will. I will for sure. It'll be on Fox Sports 1. You can watch it.
All right.
We will. We will
Nice.
absolutely tune into it, man.
Yeah, I'll DVR that shit.
Yeah, you've got the studio number. I'm going to text you my personal cell as soon as the show's
Yes,
over,
sir.
and we can get together and get these things worked out. Cause
Awesome.
we'll
Excited about it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, well, we're just about out of show, but we're so glad you called, man.
Oh, yes, sir. Wouldn't miss it.
Like I said, you're welcome on the show. I want you to come out and sit down and do a show next time we record. We're taking the week off next week because that's when we're literally building the studio. But we will be back the week after that. And anytime you're in and you want to come set in on a show, man, you have an open invite.
Awesome, man. I will definitely take you up on that.
That'd be
awesome.
great. That'd be awesome.
All right, man. Well, we'll talk to you later, and I'll see you guys online.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you online, man. Thanks for calling.
Yes, sir.
All right. Talk to you later, man.
Later.
All right.
All right, bye.
Remind me not to beat that guy up on Facebook.
No, yes. This is the guy. We're just as shocked as you are. This is the first we've heard of it.
That was a hell of a bombshell to drop.
No
the
kidding.
stunned faces around this table were epic.
All right, so for
Hey,
you guys
I won a Tough Man contest once. I was at a bar in Springfield. They said, "Hey, you look badass. You're a big fat guy. You want to get in here?" Shit, I jumped in there, won the fight.
Beefy.
For you that are staring
Well,
at us,
I had the big puffy gloves that look like the Incredible Hulk hands.
yeah, those are great. I used to give
Yes.
those to my kids and let them just beat the
Yes, and they
shit
make
out
the
of each
sounds,
other.
Oh, when you hit.
I'd be like, he's hitting me in the face. I'd hit him back, hit him in the throat, hit some nuts. Come on, kids, quit being pussies.
He's over in the corner taking bets from Jamie.
It is.
It is. Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
we do these things. We invite other kids over, and we do what we call the bag challenge.
It's no.
We let
Are they swinging Ryan's
It's
nuts?
Baby
right?
Fight Club.
No, it's Baby
Nice.
Fight Club. We put
Nice.
plastic bags on their heads, and whichever turns blue and passes out loses first.
They lose first.
We're pretty
Yeah.
rigged, though. We cut holes in our kids' bags. I mean, if
Nice.
the parents can't be. And Barbie's looking at me like, my son's in your house, motherfucker.
I'm looking at you like I got a friend who works for DFS.
Oh, wow.
No, we do not do that to
I
our
don't have
children.
kids, so I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
No,
good.
not your children, just other
No,
people's kids.
For those that we got some people standing around looking at us why we all look befuddled and running all over ourselves. All those fights that he mentioned, and when he mentioned flying us down to be in a fight, that's the first we've heard of it. And if that isn't a huge shot in the arm for this show,
absolutely. So we can record live from the fight.
Yeah, so we would actually be recording live from Fox Sports 1, not on their feed, but we would have the same access they did and record live from the fight.
That's amazing. That's an incredible offer.
I almost wonder how we can look into getting press credentials for this.
Oh, well, that's he's probably going to – I don't know. I don't want to speak for the guy. I'm definitely going to call him and probably blow him after the show. So.
Well, if he needs to be finished off because you can't get the job done, you call my ass.
All right. We're serious about making
Don't look at me. I'm a part-timer here.
but you got the most experience.
I can truck the show there. That's what I can do.
Broadcasting live from the back of Beefy's truck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
All right, we've got Christy and Jay over here. You guys can turn the mic on now.
Pinky and the brain.
Yeah, go ahead and say a couple things
Chris
into it so Chris can adjust your levels here.
Hello, check. Is that better?
Yeah, it's working.
He's good.
What's up?
All right. So, how are you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right.
We're almost done with this. Have you guys enjoyed sitting here and hanging out?
It's a new experience.
It's different. It's
Yeah, it
different than what you hear on the radio. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on that
Got Barbie running around like a chicken with her head cut off with the camera taking pictures of everybody.
She keeps shooting something under the table.
I
What is
know.
going on, Barbie?
My balls are falling out of my pants.
Probably.
About
Okay.
2 minutes in.
I know. You guys have your dicks out under the table. If I'd have known that, I wouldn't have worn pants.
That's funny because this is now the 6th show that this has happened.
I know.
Wait, why did I miss the other 5? I'm left out here.
This is what you missed.
Oh, it's wrong.
All right, we don't really have a time limit on the show. We just kind of know when we're out of shit to talk about. We're at an hour and a half now, so I think that's good. I think we've wasted enough of your guys' day. Once again, Jay, Christy, you guys got anything you want to say? They're sitting over there staring at me. This is radio.
No,
It's
I
not
don't think
TV.
so.
I was going to say they're shaking their head.
You give them a mic.
Give a shout out. Yeah.
Okay, and Barbie's working her way over to the mic. She's going to get on here, and we're going to talk to her for a minute.
Incredible photographer.
Fantastic.
Incredible.
We love
Thanks,
her.
everybody.
There's Barbie.
It's Barbie.
We all know and love Barbie.
Can you Photoshop mine for me?
Huh?
Make me look pretty.
I can give you a fro if you want.
Sweet. No, I like the bald head. I keep it shaved.
I can give you a righteous set of tits.
Wow.
I've already got man boobs. I got a nice A cup.
Can you give me a righteous set of tits?
I
That
can.
would be great.
I can.
Okay.
Can you send me home with a righteous set of tits?
I can. I'll just surround you in titties.
You want me to call my sister?
Hey, Barbie, plug the shit out of your photography. I've tried to pay her for coming out here and taking these pictures, and she refuses. So this is her time. This is her payment. So if you're a fan of the show and you need pictures, Barbie's going to tell you where to get them. She is a phenomenal photographer.
I have a Facebook page. It's Mayhem and Minx. You can also contact me on my personal page, Barbie Green. I go reasonable prices. I believe that everybody should have a chance to have their photo taken. If you're poor, we could work out payment plan. I volunteer my photography time for the cult because that's pretty much, as a single mom, 3 jobs.
Thank you.
Yes, we
that is
appreciate it.
We all appreciate
that
it.
is all I can really contribute to you.
That's plenty.
That's plenty, Barbie. You don't understand what a service. This has been kind of such a grassroots thing of just picking people that I think would be good for the show. And I think I'm doing pretty well on that so far. And we got more people coming in. If you loved Fidget, you're going to hear a lot more of Fidget. Fidget was fucking hilarious.
You're going to hear a lot more of Josh, too.
Yes. And a lot more Josh, and I'm going to try to buy Fidget a plane ticket if this thing ever gets off. So
nice.
Because Fidget doesn't live around here. He lives more farther south or north or wherever the fuck he lives.
In another direction.
Yes, he lives in another direction. But you're going to hear a lot more of Fidget, and we got a lot more great stuff coming up. And this is where it gets kind of douchey, but I want to pour my heart out to the people that have stuck with us through all the horseshit cult changes and through all the everything. This is new to me. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing half the time I do it.
I've been with the cult since day one. I think I was the second person you added.
Yeah, I added because generally.
Of course, what's the first thing he did when he started it up? He adds me. He texts me, "Hey, I'm going to do this page. Call it the night shift or something." What I do, I just start posting hundreds of photo comment pictures. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and it's all a balance, and it's all organized. Look, like I said, I had a dream. I want to do the show. Hobbs has a dream. He wants to do the show. Everyone associated with this dream. It has been phenomenal to work with us. So, and I thank you all, because without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. And you're not going to be forgotten. This isn't where, however far we rise, you rise as well. So that's your payment. We're a bunch of poor folks sitting around here, but as we get bigger, your roles get bigger, and as we have more money, we get to do more stuff. So it's just what do you have to add something, Hobbs?
No, I was just thinking, as charter members, for lack of better terminology, everybody's donated something to help get this thing off the ground, and if it ever does become something epic, stay with it. You won't be forgotten. We try to take care of our own just as our own are taking care of us.
And if you don't think you have anything to offer, share a link. Chris is working on building cultradio.com, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's cultradioshow.com. It's not up yet, but it will be.
Cultradioshow.com. It'll be up. I'm not going to give you a time frame, because Chris is doing this between his jobs, and so when he has time to work on it, he's going to work on it. But you'll have complete access to all of our shows. You'll have bios of all of us to find out where we're at. We're on Tumblr, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook. We're blowing up the social media to get that out there. And if you're on any of those social medias, friend us, help us promote, help us push out. I do visuals all the time. You see them pop up. Like Luke today put a photograph of a skeleton biting on a titty, and it was actually kind of classy. It was actually looked
nice.
It looked nice. So I run it through my quick set photo editor and come up with a cult thing for it. Share the shit out of that. Who gives a shit if it's a titty? You know, we are what we are, and we're not going to make apologies for it.
Speaking of the pictures, do you like my yellow goat one I made for you?
Oh,
Chris?
that was
nice.
That was
Now,
nice, huh?
Talk about
Yes, it
class.
I was thinking about putting that as my profile.
Did you see my
picture.
beef the trucker one I made? Just a fat trucker guy.
No.
Yes, I seen that one. I loved it.
You know, that's why I was under the table. I was checking for goats.
Yes.
Oh, well.
I was taking photography, evidence. There's no
Yeah.
goats under the table.
There are no goats.
You heard it first from Barbie Green.
I can't be distracted.
We can't distract him.
Tim, thank you for coming and setting in.
Absolutely.
Anytime, appreciate
No,
it.
I was getting ready to extend my hand. Anytime your ass wants to be in that chair, when we record, you come put it in it.
Nice.
You have
thank
an open invite. You don't. I'll text you on show days if anything changes, and you just come, sit down, and be a part of the show. However, often
Yeah,
you
because
like.
it's hard for me to be in on Thursdays.
Yeah, we're not going to
luckily-
catch you, and we may get you to call in and get us an update from the
Oh
road.
yeah,
or-
hell, I'll call in. Yeah.
we're going to try to get the live bugs worked out to where we can stream some stuff live. I have a standalone show coming up. It's just going to basically me be doing some DJ, throwing out some music that maybe not everyone's familiar with, what everyone likes. I may touch on you guys to call in. We're going to try to get the live kinks worked out to where we have some midweek content, to where we are using our available resources to grow this thing completely.
And you can totally come at it from a different angle. If there's anybody out there who has a local band that needs to be promoted, let us help you with that.
Absolutely. I'll throw any of your local music on there. At this point, it's promotion for promotion, man. You promote us, we're going to promote the shit out of you. If we like your product, we're going to promote you and hope you pick up what we're doing. But we're going to leave you with a mashup. I think we're all pretty much spent here. We're going to leave you with a pretty good mashup because we all seem to like them. And we're just kind of testing things for outro music. My first standalone show.
Wait, I want to say something. The
Okay.
outro music, I really like the Goodbye Horses, the Creeper music.
The Creeper?
Oh, God.
as
Creeper
Barbie.
music.
I
Jesus
really like
Christ.
that. That's the best part of the end of the show was when the
Well, you
Creeper
guys-
music was playing. I just
I'm-
wanted to get naked, tuck it in, dance.
Only if it's Jason
yes.
Mewes, though.
Yeah,
Only if it's Jason Mewes.
I've got
I've
some.
seen that. Brian's done that before.
Yes. We had a discussion
I'm-
on the cult one time that someone had mentioned it, and I was naked standing in our bedroom getting ready to take the pic, and she goes, I'm really not comfortable with
I'm
you
really
doing
not
this.
comfortable with that. His logic
he's not
was
showing nothing. It's
that was
tucked
his
in.
logic.
Yeah, it's
There's
tucked in.
nothing showing. It's tucked.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
tucked. And I had my bathrobe and everything. I
No
was just
girls
gonna
would be
go-
like, "Oh my God, it's big." No guys would be like, "Ooh, that's gross," because you ain't gonna see nothing.
Yeah, it would just be
You're good.
funny.
Yeah,
So
it
if
would
I
be
can ever
funny.
talk her into it, you will see that picture.
Wow.
And I've got some parody songs coming up that we're writing. We're writing bits. We've got this show. behind the scenes now has several staff members that are contributing. So you're going to see a lot more stuff coming in as we get bigger. But anyway, the mashup that I'm going to leave you with is one that I found on a workout page, and for some reason it was just really nice. I liked it.
Nice.
So yeah.
Nice.
So here's
Nice.
how we're going to end the show. Unless you hear otherwise, we're going to take a week off to get some shit built. We may have a show. I don't know. If we can get the shit built and set up back in time, we may try. But peace out for now. We'll be back in 2 weeks for sure, and hopefully with a lot more content for you. You guys have anything else to say?
I'm good.
No.
Good.
I want to revoke all of my photography if you're tucking. I'm not taking pictures.
She
though.
wants-
I don't want no part of it.
Thank you, Barbie.
Are you going to take
You're
that picture of
welcome.
him doing the naked dance tucked in?
No, I
She
revoke
said
all
no.
photography
Yeah,
rights
she-
on that
She's
one.
not having it.
She
Not having
refuses.
I
it.
appreciate
You're official.
that.
You're official photography of the show.
It's
right?
okay. We'll throw your
I
logo
think
on
so.
there.
Yeah,
Jamie,
we'll-
you can
we'll-
borrow my camera. That can be all you, buddy. Just
I
please
may-
clean it off when you're done.
I may take you up on that.
Okay.
All right. I will. We'll talk to you guys next show.
We're
And
out.
as always, on the webpage at the Cult Radio.
The Cult Radio Show.
No, the Cult Radio on Facebook. Go
Okay,
Facebook/Cult Radio. That will take you to our like page. Facebook group /Cult Radio will take you to our group page. Get a hold of me. Get a hold of any of us. We can direct you to where you need to go. As soon as we get the actual .com page up, everything will be in one centralized place, so it's not going to be so hard to find us.
And I will post links to make sure that all of you have access instantly whenever it is up.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Well, everyone have a good night.
Deuces.
See ya.
Peace.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste. I'm a king of rock, there is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. To burn my kingdom, you must choose fire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Now we rock up parties and come correct. All sets are on time and rhyme connect. Got the right to vote and we'll elect. And other rappers can't stand us, but give us respect. I wanna rock.
Back in 1955, man didn't know about a rock and roll show. No, that guy. White man had the smokes, black man had the blues. No one knew they was going to do what Tchaikovsky had to do. Oh, let me rock. Rock and roll. You know what I want. I want rock and roll. I love rock and roll. Long live rock and roll. Put another time in the jukebox, baby. Rock of ages, rock of ages, still rolling, keep rolling. Rock of ages, rock of ages. Realize you're living in the golden years. You can't be me, I'm a rock star. I'm riding on the top of my car. I'm a rebel in my 4-4 pounds far. It's almost over now, it's almost over now. And it came to pass. The rock and roll was born. Rose bars and land, every rock and band was blowing up a storm. And the guitar man got famous. The business man got rich. And everybody was a superstar. He was a singing rich. Rock and roll. Rock and roll. You know what I want. I want rock and roll. I love rock and roll. Long live rock and roll.
tractor out on loan, riders on the storm.
And the music was good.